Okay, hi friends, happy Monday. It is officially 4 days until I put up my show. I'm currently working on getting the catalog printed. I'm settled between a couple printers still. Something very exciting just arrived. This is the wall vinyl. So I got like a wall text vinyl that will go in the show to like have the name of my show up on the walls. Yeah, I literally ordered this like 4 days ago, and they shipped it like immediately. So I gave me two, which I was not expecting. I bought one. But I have to. I think the size is perfect. I'm really, really excited. So I'll be putting this up on Thursday when I put up all the other stuff. But it looks great. Oh, I'm so excited. And we have two, so if like the install goes wrong or I like want to shop around with like what space, like part of the wall I want to put it on, this is awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. So that's kind of like the first big production thing I've been waiting for, like to get done and all of that. I have postcards on the way. They're hopefully gonna be here this week. And then I just have to find a catalog printer. I asked for a couple recommendations. I've been looking online. I'm like in between. I'm trying to decide, honestly, something printed in New York, which could be more local, a little easier, like a little more predictable with like when it could get here. And I could also like, I don't know, it's just a little more manageable. But I found a printer I really like in San Diego. It's just kind of like figuring out what's best. I want to order it by tomorrow afternoon. That's like my deadline for myself. It really should be today, but we'll see. And then I printed out a like proof basically of everything, just to kind of make sure that font sizes are okay and all of that. Obviously it's not printed in color because that would have been so expensive, but it like has given me a couple ideas of like what's too big and all of that. I'm really, really excited. It's hefty and it's like, it's bigger honestly than I thought it would be, but like it's gonna be great and I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm gonna be selling these. This is like a book and I eventually really want to do like a full art book in the future. Yeah, this is a really great start and yeah, I just need to do a little bit more designing. I need to proofread everything and then I just need to find a printer. If I could do it tonight, ideally, I just like need to like get some answers back by tonight in order to be able to do that. I'm kind of debating right now if I want to do a hard copy proof, especially if I'm outsourcing out of the state, because then it takes a little bit of time to get the proof and then you have to approve it and then they have to produce the final product. And so I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in time if I order it from a different state. But ideally I want to order it tonight or tomorrow at the very latest and hopefully everything will be good to go. There's just a lot of logistical things that go into this, but I really want to take you guys along. But yeah, Thursday's install day, this Thursday. I have some paintings here to bring, I have some supplies here to bring, I need to get some stretcher bars from the store. So I'm definitely gonna be taking an Uber to the gallery on Thursday because there's no way I'm carrying everything on the subway. Luckily it's not super expensive to take an Uber to like the part of Manhattan I work in. So again, so many logistical things, but I have about like 4 hours I can spend working on this catalog right now, so I'm gonna lock it as best I can and get as much work done on this and hopefully have it just ready to order once I decide who to go with. Okay, hi friends, it's the next day. I ended up not making an order for booklets last night. I was gonna go with a printer in San Diego, but I was a little worried about it not coming in time, and then when I checked out, the like cart glitched out, and I felt like it was kind of a sign, so I spent last night frantically asking for quotes from places in New York City. Some of them have been $3,000, some of them have been like $1,500. I found a place that was like the closest to the price I was getting quoted in San Diego, so I think I'm gonna go with this place. They can do it in 2 to 4 days. I'm just asking them a couple more questions, but this has been such a process, but we're getting there and I'm really looking forward to like having this booklet in my hands and just knowing it's made somewhere in New York City gives me a little more assurance that I'll get it in time, you know? Although it's gonna be a little more expensive, but like, you know, just to ensure quality and like convenience, I think this is the best route to go, so I should hopefully have it maybe by the end of this week. Okay, I'm literally about to order the catalog. I have been looking at quotes all morning and some have been absolutely wild and then some have been a little more comparable, so it's just kind of narrowing down like what places I like vibes. I don't know. It's like quality. What do their stuff look like? Like how are their reviews? It's just always scary spending this much money on something that like you don't know if it'll come out the way you want it to. You hope it will. Lots of work has gone into this. Lots of love has gone into this, but I am doing like the final touches on the file because I was like randomly thinking about some changes I wanted to make today, and then I'm ordering it and I should have it by the end of the week. I guess we'll see. literally sitting here about to pay this invoice. This I think is like one of the biggest purchases I've ever made at once, and it's okay. If you want to buy one of these catalogs, I have them on my website. It's okay. It's an investment. It's something I've really wanted to make. Not me like having to talk myself through this. It's happening. It's okay. It's gonna be great. Okay, hi. So, it's Wednesday. I have the day off from classes, which means it is prep day. I mount the show tomorrow. In almost 24 hours, I will be at the gallery getting everything ready. So right now, I'm just gonna get everything organized here that I want to bring to the gallery. So I'm just gonna get everything organized. I need to run to Blick today to get stretcher bars, and I just kind of want to have an idea of how much I'm bringing. So I'm gonna get that together now. And then I have quite the long to-do list of things I need to prep for this show. I preemptively canceled stream just because I really want to focus and get as much of this done as I can today. And that means kind of needing the whole day. So I'm gonna get started and just organize all the paintings and get everything together that I want to bring tomorrow. So I got all the paintings together. I'm bringing, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more with me, which I did not realize I had that many here I wanted to bring. So that puts us at like 35 paintings or something. And then this is gonna be like other stuff I'm selling and just like tools I need. I'm gonna bring my tool bag too, but I have like prints and tools and like stuff to wrap the paintings with, and tote bags, which I'm also going to be selling. So I'm going to get together some more prints. I got more mount board. I'm starting to worry that I don't have enough acetate bags, so I might have to order more, but I'm going to get that stuff organized right now and then see what we do next. It is officially install day. I took an Uber over to the gallery with all my stuff. Some of the stuff I had dropped off previously. My dad and I drove a ton of my paintings from my studio in DC to New York City. So most of my paintings were already at the gallery, but then there were some that I had made in my dorm that I wanted to bring, and then random bits of supplies and stuff that I needed to bring with me. I was super lucky to have amazing help from two of my incredible mentors, Ken and Walter. They both co-own the gallery, and they also are just amazing people, and were so helpful because they both have so much experience installing art, and I am awful at math and visualizing space and kind of how to do any of that. Like, they did it in an hour and a half. I just told them how I wanted it to look, and then I tried to do one wall, and they just watched me try to do the math and were like, no, lovingly. But having their help and insight was just so appreciated and made the process feel so much easier and a lot smoother, and I'm very grateful for their support, and just the show really looks amazing, and I was just so grateful for their help. It was so fun to kind of mix and match, because basically we knew the measurements, all the pieces were 60 by 20, and I wanted a 3-row with, I think it was 7 across. So I basically just got to mix and match for like hours and just go back and forth and decide what I wanted to wear and how I wanted it to look. It ended up kind of being nearly sequential, where it was telling the story of my work. A lot of these pieces are some of my original works from the original series, and then others are just pieces I've made continuing the story but in different times. But I had a lot of the original series there, which was super fun. And then we put up the vinyl, which is the title of the show, with my name, which was super special. And then everything was up on the walls, magically. 28 pieces in the gallery, up in less than 2 hours. An absolute dream come true to see all my work on the walls and to see it all come together. I have dreamed of this moment for so long and never knew how amazing it would feel, and to be living my dream and seeing this manifestation of my work all up on the walls was an absolute dream come true. Hi, so it is Liv from far in the future here. I am finally editing this, and one thing to note is that a week into filming this vlog, I pressed a button on my camera. This very fun button. 3 times it goes to slow and quick, and it is right after recording, which means All of my footage for a week and a half, 2 weeks of my solo show was recorded in slow-mo. So no audio was captured and it was slowed down. So I was able to speed it up, but I was not able to capture better audio. Which means a lot of emotional messages, a lot of conversations were lost. But I'm gonna try my best to fill in the gaps. This is still an incredible video, an incredible experience, but I just want to preface that you will be hearing a lot of voiceover of me correcting things. At this point, we are a week out from my solo show. I decided to make a blurb, so I was making a blurb that kind of talked about the show that would go over the radiator, because I kind of had some nice blank space because I decided to put the show title on the opposite wall. So I had more space, and this week was just filled with prep, getting everything ready, getting the prints together. I had an extra week for this show. Normally our show period is like basically a week. It opens the Friday, then it's open Saturday, and then the following week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But I had an extra week, which was really lucky. I decided to keep my opening the way it was because I had already promoted it that way, but I had an extra week where I could do some promo and kind of just set everything up and have it there, take photos and do all of that. So this was kind of the pre-week where I was prepping, getting everything finalized, getting this vinyl finalized, and also having friends come see the show and doing some fun things in between. I was going back and forth to the gallery quite a bit, and I decided to print out the mock-up of kind of to scale of what the blurb size was going to be in multiple different sizes so that I could tape it up on the wall and really get a sense of the space, because obviously on a screen you don't fully know what it's going to look like. So this way I was able to really tell how it looked based on the scale that I had put into my file. And then my amazing friends came and I got to show them the show, which was so special and they were so awesome. And I was asking them what their favorite paintings were. So this is them kind of pointing out which ones are their favorites. All of them had really different ones, which was super fun to see. And then another really exciting thing that I got to do was I live streamed from the gallery, which was one of the coolest experiences ever to share it with my live audience. They are incredible and it was so special. They kind of got the first look at it, which was so cool. And I just showed off and walked them around the space and kind of talked about everything. And incredibly, during the stream, we sold 2 of my favorite paintings in the entire world, which was a dream come true. And it's something I am so grateful for and honored. And yeah, it was just so fun to get to live stream from the gallery. This was my first time doing it. So super new experience, and it was really special to get to share the show with people that I knew couldn't be there. So another fun thing about the gallery is we timeshare it with the bike repair shop. So every weekend we put plastic on the walls, put cardboard down on the ground, and cover up all the work. I took my first row of paintings down because it was kind of handlebar height and put that up on the shelf. So here we are, officially a week out from my first ever gallery show, and here I am working on my blazer. I really wanted to do this white blazer with paint on it, and I manifested it somehow, and when I walked into the thrift store, there was a white blazer on the rack that fit me. So then I had this idea to kind of do my abstract swirls on the jacket. So this is the process of me working on that. So, another week, I am back at the gallery. It is officially the week of the opening, which is so exciting, and I just was beyond excited. I came on Thursday to kind of open everything up and get things ready for the opening, kind of cleaning up everything, getting the cardboard back off the floor, getting the plastic off the walls. I was also really lucky that I was staying with a friend of mine that lives very close to the gallery, so I was able to go back and forth super quickly and kind of stay there instead of having to commute back, which allowed me to kind of spend more time really getting everything ready. It was such a fun process to kind of clean and get things together. I know that might not sound exciting, but it allowed me to really be present and kind of reflect and put so much care into the space to house my work and to really showcase my work in the way I wanted it to look. And then I put all the work back on the walls, which was super fun. I had to look at a photo to make sure I put it back the correct way, but got everything back up on the walls. And then the vinyl officially arrived, so I got that and was able to put that up on the wall. The heat from the radiator was blaring, and I think that did something to the vinyl. Vinyl is already kind of tricky to put up on the walls sometimes, but because these letters were so tiny, I spent maybe 2-3 hours putting the vinyl up on the wall. It was such a process. It was so tricky, and like the last little strip was just not working. I took a break to go get food because I just needed some fuel and energy. And then a whole other thing was also leveling it and making sure I was happy with it, and I was going back and forth. It was a whole thing. But one thing about me, I deeply care about quality and how things look. Not just like, I don't entirely care about how other people see it. It is really important to me to kind of put my best work out there and to do something and produce something as high quality as I know I can. So that passes on into the way I produced this show, especially. But yeah, a big process of just back and forth scraping and scraping and scraping and then peeling, and then it wouldn't like fully come off, so then you have to like put it back on the wall, a whole thing. But it got up, it looked great, I was very happy with it. And that was kind of the last finishing touch on the show. Another big thing was the catalogs, which I don't know if I showed the process of me picking up the catalogs, but I ordered 108.5 by 11 catalogs, designed them. It had all of the works in the show and I think a couple extra works that didn't make it into the show. But that was a big thing I wanted to do. I picked up 100 of those in like Lower East Side Manhattan. The gallery's in East Village, so I had to take the subway and lug like probably what was 30 plus pounds of catalogs to the gallery, which was such a process. But I am so proud of that catalog, and it was something I really wanted to make as having like this physical kind of reflection of the show. It's kind of funny the show is called Reflections, but it was such a great way to share the show and also to kind of showcase my work in a different way that had a more lasting effect than just being in a gallery. officially the morning of the opening, one of my incredible friends and neighbors sent me flowers, which was so sweet. Such a beautiful gift to get in the morning and a great way to kind of start my day and start my first ever gallery experience. This opportunity is and was one of the best things ever, and something I am so deeply grateful to get to show my work in New York City, in a gallery in New York City, in a solo show before I'd even graduated college was so incredible and such a big boost, and something I am so endlessly grateful for. And that experience of getting to show my work is something I've dreamed of for ever since I became an artist. I feel like my dream was to get to show my work, to get to show it with people so that they can connect with it and see it and feel it. And to get to do that in a gallery in New York City is one of the greatest gifts I've ever experienced. We're coming down to very close to opening time. I was cleaning, doing the final touches, kind of finishing putting some prints together, getting the windows cleaned, all of that. And again, just kind of talking about how much this experience means to me and how excited I am to get to share my work. My work is so deeply personal. My work is this like physical manifestation of my soul. It's something that's very vulnerable to share, but something I'm very honored to share, and something that I am so grateful to get to share with people and to share with people that get to see me. And one of the beautiful things about openings is it's you bringing together all these people to celebrate your work. And openings are always filled with so much energy, but getting to have my opening was an experience unlike anything else. Another incredible thing that happened at the openings was my amazing community coming together. It was my family, my friends from school, friends from DC coming. And a huge part of it was my Twitch community coming. I had friends come from across the country, from across the world, and surprise me and come see my show. And it was one of the most incredible things ever, and something I will carry with me for the rest of my life. I got to meet friends that I've had for years online and have become my huge support system. And getting to hug them and show them my work and to take them out to dinner and experience the first snow of the year in the city with all of them and experience a snowstorm in the city with all of them was the coolest thing ever. And I am so deeply grateful for everyone that took the time, spent the money to come see this show and meet and hang out. It was one of the biggest gifts I could have ever asked for, and I am so grateful.
Say what? Say hello. Hello. My name is Fitzmore. Liv is an OG. I love Liv. Liv has all this heart, and I am honored to be in their first show, just like coming in. They're amazing. I love Liv.
Hi, how's it going? It is Friday. I'm at the gallery. I've been here for a few hours now. It's 6. I ran and got dinner and I got poke. It's delicious. I shouldn't be eating out here, but I'm the only one here, so I gotta keep an eye on everything. Today's been great. I've been doing a lot of computer work and also just taking photos of all the paintings, and then tomorrow I have some coming to help me take photos and do video stuff before the gallery opens. It's gonna be an exciting weekend. I can't believe they're after today, 2 days left of the show. I'm really trying to soak it all in, trying to get a ton of work done today and tomorrow morning so that I can just really be present Friday and Saturday and just like take in this incredible thing and just be grateful. And I'm so grateful, and it's just been an incredible experience, and I have so many more thoughts to share with you all, but I just wanted to check in. Hello my friends, it is Friday, it is Valentine's Day and the second to last day of my show. It is 4 p.m. right now. I've been here since 1. I had a lovely friend come and help me film some stuff for the show, so we did a ton of stuff. I'm so excited for you guys to see it. I'm so glad we got this done. It was incredible. I'm just hanging out here. I have some family coming soon, which I'm so excited for, and yeah, I'm trying my best to soak this all in and just take it all in, and it's just incredible. It's been such an incredible experience, and I'm so grateful, and I've learned so much from this, and I'm so excited to keep going and hopefully make another show, and I'm just really, really grateful. So I'm here for another few hours, and then I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the night, but then tomorrow I'm here from 3 to 7, and then we deinstall tomorrow, which is crazy. Very excited for that. But yeah, I'm just so grateful and so excited, and gonna really enjoy the hell out of these next 2 days here with my art up on the walls. Hello, my friends. It is 5:40 on Saturday, February 15th. It is like an hour and a half until my show officially closes. I have so many feelings and so many thoughts, but all of it's just an overwhelming sense of gratitude and sense of accomplishment, and I'm just so inspired and so motivated and so grateful, and I'm just really trying to soak in this feeling and these last moments with this show up and let it fuel me and inspire me to do more and keep going. And this has just been such an incredible experience, and I'll share so many thoughts later. But at 7, we take everything down, and I'm bringing it back to my dorm. So I'm gonna grab an Uber, bring everything there. It's snowing right now, which is a bit chaotic, but we'll figure it out. I'm wrapping everything in plastic, like everything's gonna be super secure. It's gonna be so much fun. I am so grateful and so inspired and just feeling so good, and can't wait for what's to come next, and just so grateful for this. No one's here currently, so I'm just gonna start prepping. I'm using glassine paper to put like in between the faces of the paintings, and then we just stack a bunch of paintings on top of each other that way, like face to face, and then wrap the stack in plastic, and I might do 2 layers of plastic since it's rainy. We'll see. But I'm just gonna start cutting a bunch of sheets that are 16 by 20, because most of these are 16 by 20, so that it can be ready. If we get foot traffic, I'll stop, but it's been a little slow today. I mean, it's snowing and freezing, so I wasn't expecting much today. So we have an hour until closing, and crazy. Hi, my friends. I am home. It is almost 10 p.m. The installation took like an hour. It did not take long at all. It took so quickly. I have most of the paintings under my bed. It worked really well, but I've made a mess in the process of trying to get everything under. So I'm gonna try to organize a little bit. I am exhausted, like so tired. But I'm feeling really grateful and really good, and I'm gonna clean up a bit and then head to bed.
It's snowing! It's snowing!